Guys, welcome to another year of English or literature with me, Mrs. Krajca. I am looking forward to this school year, whether you're a returning student and you are an old pro at having class with me, or you're a new student and this is your first time interacting with me. I am equally excited for the school year. I love seeing how our class dynamics are going to be, how much fun we have in the classroom, and I love, love, love seeing all those light bulb moments when you guys put pieces together and learn something new. It's my favorite thing about teaching is the light bulb moments. Um, if you are an old pro at having me as a teacher, then you are not going to be surprised by this information, but I am a massive fan of Google Classroom. I am a massive fan of Google Classroom because it keeps me organized and it helps me grade on the go. I tend to be a little disorganized sometimes, especially when it comes to keeping track of like folders and papers and who's doing what, when, where, why. So I like having everything in one spot in an app on my phone. It's my favorite. Makes it so easy. And then another thing about me is I have four kiddos, and they're not little kiddos, well, in age or height. I have very tall children. Um, and so I'm always on the go. Sometimes I'm going to a swim meet. Sometimes I'm visiting colleges. Sometimes I'm going to a basketball game. Sometimes I'm going to a basketball tournament. Sometimes I'm visiting my family who lives in Kansas. So I travel a lot. I'm on the go a lot. And so having Google Classroom allows me to just have your work in my bucket so that I can grade it real quick. So even if you are a returning student, even if you're an old pro, at Google Classroom, please take some time, watch this video because I'm giving you an assignment. It's a pre-class assignment, ideally. If it works out, you're already registered, you've already watched this video and everything. Hopefully you'll get it done before the first day of class. If it's a little bit later, that's okay. I understand it. Do take the time to watch this video and to do the assignment. It is for a grade. Take your 100 and start your year off strong. Okay. So I made myself a account for a student, like a student account, if you will. So I'm going to walk you through the process of joining the classroom and of turning in work real quick. Okay. So let me share my screen with you. I'm a little worried I'm going to share the wrong screen, so cross your fingers. I think it's this one. I feel good about that. I feel good about that. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to look in your email account. This is going to be the email account that your parent gave me when they registered you. If you do not have an email account, that's okay. I sent the Google Classroom invite link to your parents. So just ask them for it. Okay. So you're going to go and you're going to click join class. You're going to have an email. It's from me. That's my email address that you'll use to email me throughout the year if you need. And you're going to click join class. Now, I've already technically done that, so it's going to take me to the class. What it's going to look like for you, hold on, let me stop share so you're not distracted. What it's going to look like for you joining class for the first time is when you click that join the class or when you follow the link, it's going to say join with this account. Make sure you're using the account that you want to use for the rest of the school year. Okay. Your parents are welcome to be in Google Classroom so that they can kind of see what assignments are due when. Grades will not be in there. I keep them in a digital grade book called Jupyter Ed. Okay. So just make for sure you log into Google Classroom using the account that you want to use for the rest of the year. Okay, back at it. Back at it. Here we go. So this is our Google Classroom stream, right? This is where I'm going to post announcements. See, I've already posted something for my Bryan College Station students about orientation. So there's that. You can look at it. I'm going to also be posting something before the first day of class with what to bring to class. That way you know exactly what books and materials you need. So that's going to be in Google Classroom Stream. Now, let's say you have a question. Mrs. Krajca, I'm confused about my homework this week. Don't post that here. If you post that here, I don't get a notification. So you can email me directly, or we can do comments, which we're going to see here shortly. All right. So classwork is where your work is going to be listed. This is always going to be at the top. Those class materials are always going to be at the top. And those are the two things in class materials. Then it's going to be divided by week. This is a pre-class assignment, but I went ahead and put it in week 1. But that's where you'll turn in your week 1 homework. All right. So let's take some time and go over these. The class syllabus will be tailored for your specific class, obviously. So if you're in high school English 2, it's going to be a little bit different than my middle school English 2 class. But this is where you can look at the class purpose, the class objectives, the grading criteria for the entire year, the textbooks that you need, the materials you need. And then you're going to need to look at this section, this student expectations. I have also emailed this syllabus to your parents so that they can see the parent information. But just so you know, that's there. I want you to focus in on the student expectation part. And another thing that you have available to you is an overview. The week is the class week that we're on. The date is class day. It tells you what we're going to cover in class. And it also talks to you briefly about homework. There are more detailed homework information pages in your course book. We'll talk about that on the first day of class. Okay, so it's all right there laid out for you. This is really helpful because it'll tell you, oh, I have a midterm exam week 16, or I have a vocabulary assessment week 33. So you can see on here, I recommend printing this off, highlighting anytime you see something about assessments or tests or anything like that. It'll help you follow along, know what's coming, and it's just another tool for you to use. Okay, so once you've watched this video, once you've gone and looked over the class syllabus and the class overview, it's going to be time for you to do your pre-class assignment. All right, now I'm looking at this like a student, so I can walk you through the stages of turning it in. So you click View Assignment, and if you need to talk to me, if you have a question about your homework, if you need some clarification on something, when I give you feedback, it's all going to be in the private comment sections just between you and me. But if you have a question that you think, I think other people in the class might have this, put it in the class comments. I will receive a notification, and then it's something that you guys can all, I can address as a whole. All right. So class comment, that's going to be to the entire class. Private comment, just to me. All right. So here are the instructions, and here's the due date. Watch the video. The due date for all of these pre-class assignments is going to be the first day of class. So you're going to watch the video, this one that you're watching right now. You're going to attach and complete the assignment. Returning students, this is a new assignment. This isn't the same assignment as we've had for the past 2 years. This is a new assignment. So make sure that you watch the entire video and complete both parts. There's going to be 2 parts. Okay, so when you've watched the video, you know what the assignment is. You're going to click Add or Create. If you love Word and you've typed up everything in Word, you're going to click File. And you're going to attach, that's what that little paperclip means, you're going to attach your work there. One of the easiest ways, I think, because those Word docs, those are saved onto that device. So if you used your sister's laptop and you typed up your assignment, you can only access it from your sister's computer or laptop, all right? Whereas if you use Google Docs right here where it says Docs, then it's always there when you're ready for it. If you start an assignment fresh, I say create new and go to Docs. If you've already done it, you can just go to your Google Drive and find it there. All right. So you'll click, it'll say creating, and then it'll take you to a separate, keeps telling me all the new things. You can type it here. Look, it has your name. Look, it has the class assignment. So then you always know. And then you have to click turn it in. I will be able to see it even if you haven't clicked turn in, but I will not be able to give you a grade. I will not be able to give you a feedback, anything like that. And then you're going to click turn in, double check everything. Yeah, it's good. Turn in. Okay. Now, let's say you realize, oh, shoot, I forgot to change the font to size 12. You can unsubmit it. Something else that you should know about Google Classroom is once you click turn in, you've given over ownership of that document to me. So if it's a rough draft, I now own that rough draft. You can't get back into it to edit it. So I recommend titling it draft, turning it in, and copying and pasting and putting it in another draft for another document for a final draft. Okay. I think this is all good. We talked about class comments. Something that would be really, really lovely is if you go to Google and you go up here to your account and you hit manage your Google account. It would be really lovely, click on personal information, if your name was your actual name. So I understand sometimes you have like something cool, baller 495. Okay, great. That's super cool. And I love it. I'm here for it. But it does make it hard for Piper and I to know who's doing what and whose work belongs to who. Okay. So if you could just go in and make sure that your name is something like not a nickname, that would be lovely. Lovely. We would appreciate that. All right. So let's go back here. We've talked about Google Classroom Stream. We've talked about your classwork. Let me tell you about the assignment real quick. Okay. You are going to go into Google Classroom and you are going to look at the course syllabus and you are going to tell me what my policy is for turning in late work. Okay. And then I want it all. I want it like, do I accept late work? How late do I take it? Have I given you any other feedback about late work? That's the first part of the assignment. The second part of the assignment is to go look at the course overview, that schedule page. Look at it and tell me what homework do you have for your class on week 16. Okay? You got it? If not, rewind. Go back real quick and double check. Type up the answers to those two questions. What's my policy on late work? What is your homework on week 16? Type it up and attach it in Google Classroom under the pre-class assignment. Got it? Okay. A couple other things that I want to talk to you about. Oh, I shared the wrong screen. Sorry, my bad. I knew that was going to happen at some point. I think this is the right one. Yes, much less. So we've talked about Google Classroom Stream. We've talked about classwork. People, you're going to see teachers, me, and then my grading assistant, Piper. She will be taking your grade from Google Classroom and inputting it into Jupiter Ed for us. Now, I do strongly encourage you to make sure that not only you, but also your parent can log into Jupiter Ed. All right. You need to be able to see that throughout the year. That's going to help you manage late work, see what your grades are, see how, one bad grammar assessment might feel terrible, but it's not going to ruin your whole entire grade. So you can go in and you can check and see how much it does or doesn't impact your overall grade. Another thing that you can do in Google Classroom is if you click classwork, you can click view your work, and this will have an entire list of all the assignments, and it'll say what the status is over here. So the status of this one is assigned. After the deadline, after that due date, see it's due August 19th at 11:59 p.m. After that date and time, it will say missing. This is and it'll turn red. This is a really fantastic way to look and keep track of what's being turned in, when, and where. Okay. Another thing with Google Classroom that I would recommend, if you are one of my high school students who have a cell phone, or if you're one of my middle school students with a cell phone, I would recommend the Google Classroom app, because if you're scanning documents like charts or something, it's very easy to just scan it on your phone and attach it that way. Okay, so that's an easy peasy way of doing it. Do not, hold on, let me show you one not to do if you're scanning your work. Do not hold it up and take a selfie and then attach that. No, just take a picture of the work. Don't take a picture of yourself holding the book. I love you, but I don't need it. I need you to just turn in the work. Okay. Let me make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Yeah, get the Google Docs, get the Google. Oh, that was exciting. I think that's it. I think we've covered everything. So, middle was when I gave you the assignment. Hopefully you caught it. If not, go back and rewatch this video for the assignment. I look forward to our year together. It's going to be a fantastic year. I'm confident of it, and I look forward to working with you. Bye. See you in class.